Data analysts. Even if the data is correct in the database, you can still give the wrong answer if you don't have full understanding of the business context. For example, let's say that you're working with an e-commerce website and that website gets new users every single month. Now, your company might have also calculated that every new user that you bring on spends $50 over the next 12 months from registration date. If your company brings in 1,000 new users during the month and each user brings in $50 per year, this is $50,000 in revenue to the company. However, even if all the calculations and the data is technically correct, you can still give some really bad information to the company and they can make some really bad decisions based on this. How does this happen? Let's say that your stakeholders asked you to pull the total number of new users and they didn't tell you any context of why they were pulling that information. Technically, you had 1,000 new customers register on the site, which is accurate, but your stakeholders didn't tell you to scrub out fraudulent users. Had you known to scrub out fraudulent users, you wouldn't have brought in 1,000 new customers that will be paying over the next 12 months. In fact, you actually only brought in 100 new customers. This means that the company is overstating what their projected revenue is going to be by 900 customers times $50, which is $45,000 per year. Now, when you start dealing with much bigger companies and much larger numbers, this can go bad really, really quick. For example, the company is likely using that projected revenue number, figuring out how much profit they're going to make off of that, and then what they're doing is they're making investments in terms of buying things for the company, or what they're doing is they're hiring more people based on that future growth. Unfortunately, without scrubbing out the fraudulent users, your company is going to learn the hard way that none of that actual future growth that they're expecting is going to happen. So whenever you're performing an analysis, you need to make sure that you understand the business context incredibly well. That way you're pulling the right data for the situation that needs to be analyzed and not just pulling data and throwing it over the fence.